what's going on? Hey, enjoying some of this nature, but was just thinking on the topic of what's healthy. Wanted to go into, like, if you're having digestive issues, like, one of the things you want to look at is, are you eating foods that are agitating you? So maybe take out dairy for a little while, see if that's a problem. Try to look at things like gluten could be an adjutant, corn could be an adjutant. There's a couple of different ones that can really kind of mess with different people, and maybe that's not an issue for you. Just because it is such a popular thing does not mean that it's actually, you got to eliminate all gluten or dairy from your diet. You got to see if it's true for you, because that's what matters. And then when it comes to, like, still having digestive issues, there could be some other things going on. Maybe you just need to increase your fiber or increase your activity so your bowel movements are more consistent. That makes a big difference. Look at that pretty water back there. I don't know if you can see it, not really, but having more consistent bowel movements through adding in fiber over time is going to improve the way you feel, because when that backs up and it's more stuff's in there than you realize. So fiber allows you to have consistent bowel movements, and you're gonna feel so much better. Some other issues you might have that are not as, that are kind of woo-woo, and it gets blamed for a lot of things, and I don't know if it's always the case, but you can kind of figure out some things for yourself. It's called leaky gut, and if you feel like you're struggling with some stuff like that, then you might look at adding some things like glutamine in, or looking at peptides like BPC 157, which has been great for improving the gut, for a lot of people have said. That's one of those things you want to talk to your doctor or your provider or whoever, and do your research, figure it out. Don't just listen to people on YouTube. But there's options, and some of that stuff can help improve that. But if you're having gut issues, it means that something's not working properly. So another one is, like, if maybe you're just not digesting food very well. So you might benefit from something as simple as just getting some good digestive enzymes that are going to help break down the food as it goes in. It can be important. There's digestive enzymes, like maybe you just have a problem breaking down meat, and there's some digestive enzymes that help with the meat. There's digestive enzymes that help with everything overall. And then the last thing, I mean, just to make sure you've got a good microbiome, and this is another one of those things that isn't a perfect solution, but if you can find a probiotic that works for you, that can help as far as the environment of your gut, and if you treat it with it for long enough, that can really help in periods. But like, if you treat with the probiotics, put fiber and digestive enzymes into the mix, you're gonna be breaking it down, you're gonna be able to utilize it, you're gonna have consistency of bowel movements. Make sure you get out and you're walking, because that's gonna help things happen. If you're inactive, it's gonna keep you more backed up. And then if you're still having issues, you can start to look at improving your gut lining with other things like the glutamine, and just adding that in isn't a bad thing. And then also looking at more advanced things, like I said, like the BPC 157. Personally, I found that to actually be really helpful. I was having some massive issues, and I found that for me to be helpful, but it doesn't mean that it's going to work for everybody. It's kind of mixed reviews, not a lot of human research on it, and it's a peptide, so it's a little bit more complicated. So those first several categories of fiber, movement, digestive enzymes, probiotics, and also eliminating foods that might be harassing. Like for me, if I eat too much dairy, that's one of my big things that agitate me and mess up my digestion, and I'll just be crazy bloated. So I try to avoid it. As long as I'm not doing it all the time, it's not really a huge issue for me. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that.